I'm Catherine Large from Creative and Cultural Skills, and I'm delighted to welcome you here to Tate Modern for the first National Creative Apprenticeships Week event. I'm joint CEO at Creative and Cultural Skills with my colleague Pauline Tambling, and I'm incredibly pleased that so many of you are here today, which for us with Creative Skillset marks well over 3,500 apprentices in the creative and cultural industries. This event is fully at capacity, despite the empty seats, because we'll also be using the foyer space later for our breakout sessions. So, a National Creative Apprenticeships Week sounds grand, it sounds ambitious, and we're so happy to be here at Tate today on behalf of our partnership, which includes Arts Council England, Creative Skillset, and the National Apprenticeship Service. It builds on the successful events that many of you came to last year at Central St Martin's, and on the many other events of this nature that have been happening around the country since we launched the Creative Apprenticeships programme. We hope that this moment marks the first of many more to come, and that next year there'll be a whole range of events going on across the creative sector to showcase some of the great work you're all doing. But let's just pause for a moment, if we may, to ask why we're all here. I would go as far as to say that we are here because the future of the creative economy is at risk. We know that the nurturing of future creativity through the school system is at risk following the introduction of the EBAC. We know that the development of high-level professional and technical skills needed by the creative sector is at risk following the increase in tuition fees in higher education. And we know that we risk losing a whole generation of talent in these economic circumstances where youth unemployment is at its highest point and competition for jobs is fierce. When Ideas Tap survey their members and find that over 90% have done unpaid work, we know that it's more important than ever to ensure that there are fair routes into the creative sector and that they are open to individuals with the most talent and potential to thrive, regardless of background. We must continue to talk to government about all of these issues, which threaten our creative economy and international competitiveness long term. But we must also take action ourselves. Today is about thinking about what we can do together to mitigate some of these risks. Employing creative apprentices and working through the Creative Employment Programme are two such things. We want to learn from the good work that is already being done by a number of organisations, and we'll be hearing specifically from the GLA's Culture Squad and Liberty as case studies today. We will also be hearing from Arts Council England and the National Apprenticeship Service about the new investment becoming available to work in this area. I'm going to follow that with a practical overview of how you can get involved, which will lead into some breakout sessions with the Creative and Cultural Skills team here, who are scattered amongst the audience, and friends with further detail. Please save all your questions for the breakout sessions, where we've made sure there'll be plenty of time to answer them. I just wanted to note, though, that at this stage, that with the Creative Employment Programme in particular, we are still pre-launch, technically. The details are still being fine-tuned. We've agreed we'll share as much information as we've possibly got today, but it's formally launching on the 6th of March. It's important to us, though, to share our thinking sooner rather than later with potential applicants so that we can really respond to your queries and shape the programme accordingly. So you're our test case, as it were, and we really need your help. Firstly, though, and without further ado, may I introduce Caroline Collier from Tate, who employed the first ever creative apprentices up in Liverpool, to welcome you here today and to start off this event.